Hey, welcome to the Lasky Scale Specialties YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys checking in with us today. So, since my last video, which actually by the time I uploaded it was already a couple weeks old, but I at least wanted to get it out there and let you guys know what the status was of my builds. The Blackhawk obviously went south, and I haven't really touched it since. I've left it, but we'll touch on that in just a little bit. But a lot of things have happened. We had down here in Southern California the Lower Left Coast NNL. It's held in Carlsbad, and that was on August 12th. So we headed down there as a vendor and a participant. I might have touched on it earlier, but this was the very first model show that I had ever gone to in San Diego, and it was a really fun show. I've gone to it, I think, almost every year since 2009, and it's a kind of an institution as far as I'm concerned on the show circuit around here. It's put on by Daryl Gassaway and Kurt Wilson, the guys that have been a part of Model Cars magazine for so long, and they've always done a great show. Great job with this show. All the proceeds go to the Silver Star Foundation, which is a group that helps out injured veterans. So it's a really good cause, a great show, always a good time. The vending's always good, and the build quality is really up there. So we went down there and had a pretty good show. We ended up getting one of the Fab 5 awards, which is an honor. It's voted on by the builders, so to always get some, a little bit of credit from your fellow builders, nice. We also came away with the theme award. I had entered a Volkswagen bus, Hasegawa 21 window, that I did a long time ago, and the theme this year was the beach theme. So it had a couple surfboards on it, and it's an older build. It's got some mileage on it. Definitely not contest worthy, but for a theme award, people seem to like it, so they voted for it. So I was pretty proud of that. And I got to stand up on the podium with John Teresi, who's one of my good friends. I met John early on in my modeling around the show circuit here, and if you guys haven't heard of John, you got to go look him up. His work's all over Model Cars magazine website, and he's in a lot of magazines, and he's definitely one of the top builders in the country, in my opinion, and has certainly influenced my own personal build style in a lot of ways. The things he does are incredible, so anything I've been able to learn from him over the years has definitely been a bonus for me. So John, it was an honor standing on the podium with you, and maybe we can do that again sometime. So anyway, but coming out of the show, there was some news. I've been friends with Kurt for a long time now, and Kurt and Daryl have contemplated making this their last show, which is certainly a disappointment, and none of us wanted to see the show go away. So Kurt actually asked me if I would take over the management of the show for next year and going forward, and I agreed to do that. We dipped our toe in the waters with the LA Roadster show the last 2 years, and it was a lot of fun. There's a little bit more involved with this show. It's a little bit bigger show in terms of attendance and everything, so we'll have our work cut out for us, but I think we can bring some new energy to it, and we're looking forward to doing that. So you'll hear from me on that as we approach 2018. And if you guys have any ideas for shows, I'm all ears. I'd really like to hear, what makes a good show, in your opinion. One of the things we want to focus on is juniors. I think it's an epidemic across the country where young kids just aren't building models these days. But we'd really like to do what we can to get some junior participants, and maybe what'll happen is these kids will get exposed to modeling, and maybe even if they get out of it, maybe they'll come back to it one day when they're in their 40s like I did, or, it seems to be a common theme. When someone needs something to do, modeling is a great hobby at that point in your life. So want to get these kids exposed, get them to the shows. If you guys have any ideas at all, would certainly appreciate it. Regarding juniors and just what makes a good show. We've got some ideas brewing, and we'll make those public as we get closer. But anyway, so we're really excited about that, and we might have another announcement very soon too. So on another show, so I'll let you know about that as well. Anyway, so I wanted to let you guys also know. If you've been to the shop, we carry ProTech products, MAD distributors, and what have you. We got a new shipment of ProTech in, so we're back in stock on some of the favorite items. So check that out. And if you go out there right now, put in LLCNL as your promo code, and it'll get you, like, I think 10% discount on your order. Now, I wanted to mention one other thing about the store. By agreement, not everything we have in stock here is on the website. At the shows, we have a much larger inventory of the various ProTech products. So if you know of a ProTech item and you don't see it on my website, but you'd like to get it faster than maybe you would get it from ProTech, send me a message, and if I have it, we'll work something out so you can get it from me. I typically ship a little faster than ProTech's able to, and plus you can pay over the web, and the transaction just goes pretty smooth and fast. So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know about that. Anyway, the other thing is, I was going to bring you up to speed on the builds. In my last video, I told you about the Blackhawk, and I haven't made any progress on it. We're just going to wait on that for a minute. But one of the things we've been doing is trying to promote doing some commission builds. I know it's kind of every builder's dream to do commissions, and I've been asked to do it over the years here and there, and I've always kind of hesitated, not really something I wanted to get into, but I think we're going to dip our toe in that water a little bit and start doing some of that. As you saw in the last video, I showed you that HO scale. That's a commission build, and that one's now completed. So I think I'll go ahead right now and show you some pictures of the build, and let me know what you think. It was quite a challenge. Obviously, as I mentioned last time, it's a really small model, so it's really delicate. But still, it took some time and effort and a lot of prep to get it to look the way I wanted it to. But so I'll give you a little insight into what we did. I used Tamiya. I don't remember the number. I think it was a Tamiya gray spray can, and I actually just shot it out of the can, even though my goal with these projects was to get to my airbrush. I decided just to shoot it out of the can and see what happened. So I laid down some gray. For the wood, I used some white acrylic and just put it all over, you know, kind of in a very consistent fashion. And then on top of that, I used some, I think it was caramel acrylic. So it's kind of a lighter brown, and I put it on in a very, you know, inconsistent manner. So it kind of gave it a little bit of a wood look. And then I went over the whole thing with Tamiya clear yellow, and I had done a test before and it came out great, so I figured I would go for it on this, and I think it really captured the correct look of the stain of a woody, so I was pretty happy with it. Anyway, what else about that? Well, I can say this: the owner was really happy with it, even though it was challenging. So he went ahead and gave me another kit. So this is the kit we got right here. Another HO kit, a Labatt's Beer Wagon, HO scale again. It's kind of got this Art Deco look. It's a really bright red, almost a sunburst. It's got some orange in it, so the owner definitely wanted to have an orangish looking red, so that's what we're going to do. And that's going to work out good because that's going to give us a little trial. It's the same paint I wanted to use on an upcoming build of a Datsun pickup that was my wife's first car. So yeah, this is it. And when we get to this, I'll let you know. We're going to start on it right away. Hopefully have it done in a couple days and give you another update. Anyway, so that's it for now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks again. And if you go to the website, please leave me some comments. Again, leave us some comments about what we can do about the show. We'd really appreciate all the feedback we can get. All right, thanks all.